So, Don't Breathe 2 came out,
Yes, sir.
starring Stephen Lang.
That's his name.
Do you know Stephen Lang?
Mm-mm.
He's from Avatar.
Oh,
That's
he was the
main guy.
captain. Yeah.
That's his like,
You saw the first one, right?
yeah, with Stephen Lang. The first one was like, it was like a typical home invasion movie,
Mm-hmm.
but when they home invaded, the guy who was blind
Right.
got the upper hand and killed everybody.
He has the upper hand. Yeah.
Yep. So they made a sequel
Uh-huh.
starring Stephen Lang again,
Mm-hmm.
and the director, I can't say his name. How do you say his name?
Rodo. Sayagues.
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 Latino.
Sayagues.
And I like it. Like most of the creators are Hispanic.
And they wrote it and produced it and directed it. He like produced the first one too.
Yeah, I like the way it was shot. Everything was, it was like it was a genre film, very specific, but everything was well put together and all that. And Stephen Lang did his thing.
You did? You think so? I think I have issues with Stephen Lang. I have issues with Stephen Lang in this one because you told me he did the first one. I was cool with him being the old man, and he was in something else.
Avatar.
He was in Avatar as the captain, as like the bad guy, which was like,
Yeah.
and he was perfectly kind of like, oh, he's like old, so he's been through it, but he's not like you could tell he could still fuck you up old.
Mm-hmm.
And the first one, same kind of thing. This one, I don't know if his hair was whiter or if his voice was like more like old manny. I wrote it down. I was like, I don't like his. Yeah, he was too old manny. Like in the first one, he was or like Liam Neeson's. He could be anybody's granddad, and Liam, and he's fuck somebody up, and it's believable.
Those 7 guys could have taken that guy.
This guy, he sounds weak. His voice is weak. His hair is
he
weak.
was weaker from the first.
Yeah, I didn't like. But then he can beat up a whole house of people. I just didn't like how
You didn't buy it.
he was too beat down in this one. Like 20% less beat down, and I'll buy it. So Stephen Lang, I don't know if it was his choice to be even older and more beat up, if it was their choice, because the movie and it was weird because didn't it start the same, like that same opening scene about walking down the street as the first one?
I didn't see the first 2 minutes of it. I was getting my snacks. Yo, have you noticed they take such a long time to get the snacks now?
It's because only one person works.
Yo, there's only one person.
The guy that takes your ticket walks behind.
Yeah,
takes your popcorn,
literally.
and
Yo,
does the thing.
it's like it takes 30 minutes.
You missed the first 2 minutes of a movie. How do you go to movies
and
late?
I was there 25 minutes early. It just took that long.
How you go to do a movie review and you haven't seen the whole movie?
The movie's at 7:30. I get there at 7. I went to get my snack. The snack line was 25 minutes.
Bro, bring snacks. Anyways.
Regardless, I missed the first 2 minutes. I still saw the credits.
I would have. Okay, so I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be frank because we don't want to get too into it because I don't want no spoilers. But there's a, I guess, twist in the last third of the movie, and that's the latest that I've ever been sucked back into a movie because I was kind of lukewarm the first.
Because they were doing the same thing as the first one.
I was like, well, I just saw this. This is cool, and it wasn't as good. So I was kind of lukewarm, and then when the flip happened, and I wrote, I've never been that deep in a movie and be like, whoa, I'm in. I got back in after that flip. So I don't know if that changed my overall view of it. Because if I watch it again, knowing what's gonna happen, I got to see it again. But I think it was just that flip was what made me think, oh, okay, I'm back in. But now for the rewatchability, I don't know if it'll work again.
I mean, these movies aren't
Rewatchable.
Yeah, the first one, I thought it was a standalone movie. I didn't think there was gonna be a sequel to that.
Because I rewatched it forgetting that I saw it. Remember, I told you, oh, I didn't see it. I watched it, and halfway through, I was like, I for sure have seen this. Not half, like 20 minutes in, I was like, oh, I saw this.
Yeah, because it wasn't.
But I finished.
It was good, entertaining.
Yeah, I finished
at the time, but it wasn't like a classic or.
No, I wouldn't say
anything
classic,
like
but
that.
there's somewhere in between rewatchable and classic. That's crazy.
Yeah.
There's more space. I watched it again, knowing that I had already saw it.
Yeah.
This one, I don't know if I would, but it's worth at least watching the first time.
Yeah, the first time everything's new, but
Watch it.
It kind of like, it's like the stuff with the Purge movies. Like the first Purge was totally different from the other Purges because it was like isolated in the house, and then they try to like expand it on it. But the first one, they can't really do the same thing. Like Home Alone, I think of it as Home Alone. Like Home Alone 1.
Nah, but Home Alone 2 is fire, bro.
No, but they had to change the whole thing.
Okay.
It was a different story. It was traveling, then he got lost. That was
Okay.
That's basically this. It was like the first one was isolated, Home Alone 1.
Yeah, but Home Alone, the twist happens in the first 20 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, well, there has to be some kind of twist. But then you got
this one, the twist doesn't happen until the last 20 minutes of the movie.
But it's just inverted.
Right, but once the twist happens, now I'm in for the whole movie. This one, I'm not really in until the last 20 minutes.
In Home Alone, the ending third of the movie is the first movie. And in this one, the first part of the movie is the first movie. Does that make sense?
Kinda. I don't want to think about it again, but it kind of worked where you said it. I don't want to question it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because they need something new. And when you're watching it, I was like, it was happening too fast. I was like, this is not going to last like the whole movie. Where they're going to do something, right? And then they kidnap him. Like, okay, how the hell is going to find them again? You know?
Yeah.
Spoiling, I don't care, but how is he going to find him again?
Yeah.
And then I saw that dog. I was like,
I knew it.
Come on.
Because he went and let him out. Once I saw him let him out, I was like, I knew it.
That.
And I had a lot of I knew it. Like there was a lot of.
It's very predictable.
They let you believe that a lot of the things were predictable, and then just to build up that kind of like, oh fuck you, switch at the end.
Yeah.
Because that was the only thing I didn't predict. Because I felt like I was getting all the predictions right. Like when you try to think and you're like, oh of course, oh that's easy, oh that's easy. So you let your guard down, and then they hit you with a fuck you. Like you didn't see that one, did you?
Or the movie where like he's alone and he has to find them again. There is no way that he can rationally find them. Like that's what stuck on me. Like, cause you leave him for a while and they're talking about the other situation that's going on, and you're like, how are they gonna reconnect again? Like, there's no way structurally they could do this.
Also, the bad guys were good. Let me rephrase that. The bad guys were done well. Like
they were done well.
I guess I have to rephrase that. They did a good job with the bad guys. The bad guys did a good job being bad. Like the blonde-haired mullet guy, fire. There was something about him, like he was creepy, like old school.
Did the Spanish guy shock you at any moment? Like, I was like, why is this guy with? This guy? They all cook crystal meth, right? Why is this guy there?
He didn't fit, and he was a nice one. And
he was a nice one. It was white boys. His dog.
It was his dog.
Fucked up. Like,
yeah, no. He didn't fit. He was new. He was new
on the crew.
Yeah, he but when it also time out because when like the dudes that were just sitting on the staircase, there was like two black dudes, a Mexican dude, there was like a Hawaiian cat. So they were real. It was a ragtag bunch. So I get it.
They're meth cookers. That's all you need to say.
Right, but the hit team was all like blonde, weird white boys.
Yeah,
and there was a nice Mexican dude. That was like short.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like as soon as he spoke, I was
he
like,
didn't fit.
This
is his first ride. That's why he was like, "Yeah, fuck these guys, I'm out."
Yeah,
he must have been. That was his first ride.
And I hate when
so funny you mentioned that.
It was like it took base like it could have been so much better, but then like they throw like dummy whatever call it like elements in like in the beginning when you see the news thing, you see the organ donor guy is missing.
Yeah.
Oh, he's in the hotel. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so they didn't need to do that.
They were just setting it up.
They were setting it up, but like
because the first time damn, we're about to spoil the whole shit.
No, you spoil it. Like
I didn't say anything. I didn't spoil it.
Like a review is like an overview. Like discussing it. You're supposed to watch it after the fact.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Unless you're like on the fence, then you watch a non-spoiler review.
Oh, okay. So I think the reason they did that shit because the first time that he meets her in that little bathroom, I think I was like, whoa, she's about to get kidnapped for her organs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because they showed the cooler.
You know what I'm saying? So I get it. Like that little 15 seconds was just to build that.
To throw you off.
That little payoff. Yeah, and then when you see him at the house, and then that's why you get the payoff of now you know why they're here for real. They're not here just to take her organs. Why are you going that hard to take this little girl organs? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So I get that. I get everything. But it was super predictable, super easy, but it was well done. Like the bad guys were well done. Why did I have to kill my girl like that? I kind of how I wanted that to be the Latina chick that was driving the little white girl around. Oh, who am I thinking of? What's the girl we kept talking about? That was in the oil movie.
Gina
Rodriguez. Yo, why couldn't that be Gina Rodriguez?
Do you want it to be Gina Rodriguez?
A little bit. I haven't seen Gina Rodriguez.
But what?
She would have been a
Killed her
perfect
so
Gina
fast.
Rodriguez.
Like they killed her so fast. Like
I don't think Gina Rodriguez would have got killed. I think it would have been perfect sense if they would have like beat her up or whatever, or like almost killed her, and then she would have been the one to help the
she
old
comes
man
in at the end
to help
you know,
get them
like,
back.
What happened?
Instead of the
Let's
dog.
go
Yeah,
find
yeah.
them.
Or she would have woke up. You know what I'm saying? Instead of the stupid dog walking him home, go home. Go home. That was the worst part of the whole fucking movie. Go home. Go home. He was trying to white fang him. Go home.
As soon as that,
And then once you put a leash and now he wants to go home, that don't make no damn sense.
that took it down a notch for me.
They didn't have to kill the homegirl like that with the back of the hammer. Like, they didn't have to kill her so hard. Also,
extreme.
why would homie glue his mouth? Because now that we're spoiling shit, I have a couple questions. If they went so hard in the killing, because they killed the fuck out of her in the car, I'm thinking, oh, this is going to be like Suicide Squad. They're going to kill the fuck out of some of these people.
Mm-hmm.
Why would the old man glue his mouth and nose shut instead of just killing the fake Eminem motherfucker? Like, why would he do that?
Why would he do that?
Why wouldn't he just kill him right there? That didn't make no damn sense. He glued his mouth shut to keep him alive for later, or he was going to kill him slowly? And also, if we're answering questions, why would homie poke a hole in this thing and then he cuts his lip open instead of just cutting his lip open? I would be so mad if you poke a hole in my cheek instead of just cutting the glue off. Poking a hole in my big ass nostrils. You're going to poke a hole in my cheek?
I mean, he's not really a killer.
Who's not a killer?
The old guy. He kills. He was in the army. Like he's a killer, but he's not a killer. Like, he's not a murderer. He's everything he's acting is self-defense.
Bro, in the first movie, he killed Money right away. Are you alone?
Yeah.
Are you alone? He couldn't let him leave. They didn't take anything yet.
Yeah, that's true.
He straight murdered him and tried to kill everybody else.
This night, like tortured,
and was torturing someone downstairs.
It looked off-brand too, and I was like, that's a little extreme.
So he wouldn't kill this guy?
As soon as I saw it, I was like, there goes the R rating. That's your R rating right there. It was fucking extreme.
So it just didn't hold up. I had a couple questions. That's why I wasn't really into the movie until the flip. I won't ruin the flip. Until that reveal, the third act, when you realize, oh shit. And you know, there's like another whole part of the movie. I thought we were getting close to the end. I thought he was about to walk out. I thought it was going to be that.
I mean, from what I know about heart surgery from John Q, that's a little girl's heart. Like, how the hell does that go into?
So look, if you have
John Q made sense because he's like the kid had a enlarged heart. That's why Denzel could have taken out his heart and put it in his because his shit is already expanded. But that's a little girl. That's not gonna work on a. I don't know,
bro. If Don't Breathe 1 and Taken had a baby,
mm-hmm.
and then that baby grew up and for Halloween dressed as the movie Smoking Aces,
mm-hmm.
that would be Don't Breathe 2.
Don't Breathe 2.
Smoking Aces, remember where he flipped the whole thing and he kidnapped his son,
mm-hmm.
Jeremy Piven.
And
it was because he wanted the heart.
Yeah.
Oh, now I definitely spoiled the movie.
Yeah, I mean, you watch it after the movie, whatever. It's not.
Well, anyways, yeah, it had Smoking Aces, it had Taken, and they just made an amalgam of that. It was fun. So now I kind of talk myself into the movie. But that if it wasn't for that flip at the end, the way they did that, the way it was executed, where they kind of lured you to sleep and then hit you with it at the end, that's what kind of made it fire. And then that's when it really got like gory too. Like it was kind of. That's when it really got popping. That's when he really got going.
Yeah, I mean, it got when he killed her with a hammer in the car. That was a little extreme.
Yeah, it popped off from the beginning.
That was
sorry, I said that.
What was the?
Yeah, but in the house they were soft. I'm guessing because they weren't really trying to kill nobody. But the only guy that got killed hard was Eminem.
Well, you didn't know at the time, but they were going after the girl. Like we didn't know that at the time. Well
we knew the whole time they were going after.
You're going after the girl, but like they didn't want to kill the girl by accident and all
Except
that.
Eminem was trying to hit after he stabbed her in the toe.
Yeah, I mean, it's just messy. Like when he put the water in the cabinet, and then like, he just knew to pull the wire out.
I don't want to go into that many picking nits. I picked my nits. If I don't want to spend the whole movie picking nits because I can pick a nit in every scene. I just want the outlandish ones. But yeah,
the outlandish ones with the dog. As soon as the dog thing, that
was crazy.
First of all, you don't kill dogs in a movie like that.
They killed the fuck out of that dog.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up. You don't kill a dog,
bro. They killed a dog. They kill dogs in a bunch of movies. What happened to Will Smith's dog? I Am Legend. They killed that motherfucker.
Oh, they have no choice about that. It's like This was like a blatant, just kill the dog. Just
They had
I
to.
don't
They
know.
knew the dog was gonna. They set that up too when the dog came and saved her the first time in the bathroom. So they knew the dog was gonna be a problem.
yeah.
They set that up, bro. This was Fred. What's his name? What's his name? Sayagues. Rodo Sayagues did a good ass job, bro. He killed this, and they only spent $15 million. Oh, they made that first weekend, I think.
Oh yeah, those movies are dirt cheap to make. There's nothing there.
Yeah, horror movies they make them with iPhones now.
Yeah, I mean, the most of the money is probably to the actor,
Stephen Lang.
Stephen Lang. I think he's from Westchester because when I worked at a physical therapy office, he was a patient. So
He's from New York, New York. Probably live up here. Damn, he's shredded. Pause. When he shaves his beard, he doesn't look that old. He just looks so beat up in this movie, and but his voice was old. I couldn't deal.
yeah, he was. I don't know. It was
I'm out. I wasn't about it.
but overall, what did you think?
I'm jaded, man. I don't know. I told you I was lukewarm on it. I was lukewarm on it for 75% of the movie, and then the last 25 turned up.
You liked the twist?
It was something, yeah. It was something different. It got me. I was like, oh, okay, fuck, that's cool. It got me back in. And then obviously you knew where it was going after that immediately. But then now you got to see something new play out. I'm like, oh, okay, thank you. I'm with that, Fred. Not Fred. That's Fred or somebody else. I'm with that, Rodo. Rodo Sayagues. Rodo Sayagues. He did his thing, man. If it wasn't for that, I would have gave it a thumbs down. But after that twist and the boom, 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 and how they ended it, because I always wanted to see how it was gonna go. Which side it was gonna. I wanted to see how. I knew she was gonna end at that covenant. They wouldn't have put that in there.
Going into the movie, I go into this movie thinking it's gonna be a standard, burglar breaking and entering movie.
I didn't. House. I wanted to see how someone's gonna break in again.
Yeah, I
had questions. Who was the girl? Where was the? I had questions.
Yeah,
They were all answered.
They were all answered.
Kind of boringly, and then whole different twist. I was like, oh shit! All right, thank you. He did that. It wasn't amazing. See, we just don't think about shit the same. You always think about things. I don't think you can just take something in. You always take something in, and you only like something if it's it's gonna last or if it's classic. Nah, bro. I appreciate it. It was good. It was good.
I liked the first one. In the moment, I liked it. This one, I liked it, but the twist, like, it threw me out. Like, I was like, fuck that movie. Like, it didn't.
So you were about it until the twist, and then you flipped?
Until the dog. I didn't buy that. The dog just, like, it was so corny.
So the dog fucked it up.
The dog fucked it up, yeah. It's like.
So what happened first?
You didn't even know how far it is. Is it across town? Like, the dog can navigate himself across town?
Well, the dog could always make it home. Dogs find their way home.
Dogs find their way home?
Hell yeah. That part is believable.
But to the extent?
Yeah.
To the extent.
That part is believable. I don't know if he's going to walk him on his leash.
He's going to walk him his leash, and he's going to go up in the building, and then he's going to find his way around the building.
Yeah.
Come on.
But first, I mean, now you're doing too much. First of all, so a blind dude is going to be able to touch water and know how to shoot you? Like,
no,
there's a lot of picking nets.
I bought that part. Like, I mean, his vision is impaired, so his like other senses are heightened, so he can hear footsteps, and he needs to hear. That makes more sense than a fucking dog navigating himself across the city to find. Are they in the same town? Like, all right, so yeah, I didn't buy that the dog navigated himself home. Like,
I mean, I've heard of dogs making.
I've heard of that, but like he's like White Plains. Suppose he lives from here somewhere in Ridgeway.
Mm-hmm.
Could he navigate? And it's a small city.
I think so.
You think so? In that same night?
Depends on the dog. That's a pretty big dog. They have a big nose. They can smell pretty far. Maybe if he's been trained.
And he could just walk across the city.
Definitely if he's been trained. That'll be dope. But no, I think they live pretty far out, right? Because it was like, oh, can we go to town today?
Yeah, it was so far out.
So town feels pretty far out. I feel like that dog wouldn't have been there before.
Exactly.
But if he got back to town, oh yeah, he'll figure that out. So maybe that guy helped him. Maybe there's only one road to get back to town. Maybe it wasn't that hard. And you get back to town and it's like, oh,
it's something like that just throws me off. Like, because I'm thinking about it. Like, then I get stuck in stuff thinking about it. And then the other thing with the heart.
Yeah.
Well, like, it's a little kid heart. It's not going to fit a full grown human. Like, just stuff like that.
Would it?
No, it wouldn't. That's why John Q. They explained it because remember,
John Q's a
John Q.
John Q's a movie though. Maybe,
but at least they explained it to make it look realistic. You know what I'm saying? Like the kid had an enlarged heart, so Denzel was gonna sacrifice himself by putting his heart into the little kid, and because his heart was expanded already, it should fit. They took that little bit to put it to. I was like, all right, people like me like don't think about it.
but that don't make sense either though.
Why don't it make sense?
So if the kid has an enlarged heart, that's why he needs another one to get a regular heart. So if you give him a grown man heart, it'll be like another enlarged heart. He need a regular heart.
His heart in John Q was like, it was fucking up. Like it was enlarged, but it was like fucking up. But still, Denzel had a working heart.
It was fucking up because it was enlarged. So you're going to give him
I
another enlarged
I don't know
heart?
that reason why it was just.
Yeah. So that's, all I'm saying is that's shaky too.
But at least they try to explain it. You know what I'm saying? Here
Dog.
I'm looking at this
home.
little girl and this old ass woman. You can't just exchange organs like that. It just doesn't work.
Why not? How much does your heart grow after you're 12 years old or whatever, however old she is?
How is she 12 years old? How old is she? She's like a little kid, right?
She looked around 12. She can climb a fence and run and kill niggas and shit. She's around 12. I don't know.
Okay, I would say 10 or 9 or 10 or 11.
Nah, I work with kids. 11. So you're gonna if you're giving me 11, then 12 is a reach, nigga. Like you can't say 12. She look 11. Like what you?
My point is she looked small, and that was a full ass woman, grown ass woman.
I just don't know how much more your heart grows from 12 on. I don't think your heart grows that much more after you're 12.
I mean, they say your eyeballs are the same size, right?
There you go.
Shit like that. I get that. Like, all right, but I'm pretty sure.
Nah, because I'm trying to dunk on you.
Go ahead, look it up. Because is it even possible? It's just something stupid like that. Like, just throws me off of a movie like this. I don't know why. They could have just took 2 seconds to explain it. It was her heart. It was her heart, right? She could have said like a kidney or something like a liver or something like that. What are you looking up? Heart size?
Yeah, but it's just pictures, so I'm trying to compare. I don't see any words
looking
here.
at cartoons. Let's see. You're looking at this heart sizes by age.
Yeah, I'm over it though. Male and female hearts don't grow the same way. Heart size by age.
Yeah, man.
I don't like these pictures though. They're hard to look at.
Well, regardless, like
it's not that much.
Okay, so if that is possible, whatever. The dog still fucked it up. That dog's not possible.
I feel like the dog is more possible.
The dog is more possible?
Yeah, dogs get home, bro. Untrained dogs get home. Especially if you go for walks.
Not to that extent, man.
A trained one will make it home.
I don't know.
What I don't believe about the dog is that he was telling him to go home, go home, go home.
Was it that trained? Then why did they have it in the fucking cage in the truck?
Because he's vicious. And it's also safe. What if he falls out?
They would have had it in the cab just chilling. Just you seen those movies where the dog is just chilling. Like
there was like 5 of them in there. You have room for that big ass dog? It's a pit bull.
I don't know.
It was huge. You see how big that cage was? That cage took up the whole back. You can't have him just outside in the back sliding around.
He let a blind man like corner him in the basement
where there was a fire.
No, before the fire. He cornered him before the fire.
Oh yeah, he cornered him with a mattress. That same blind man killed 7 humans. Wait, he can't handle a dog? You're wild. Your expectations don't carry over. You have to set realistic expectations across the board. Some shit can't be weird and some shit is fine.
I can suspend belief for certain things, but
that's irrational.
Not for a dog leading a blind man across town.
Listen, man, when you're in a movie, you're in that movie's universe, so you abide by their rules. Whatever they say, rules go. They suspend. My life and my reality is suspended.
Did anybody say anything in the movies
when
you were watching it?
I think there was like one person there.
I saw there was like a lot of people for some reason. The showing before mine was sold out. Like I didn't.
Oh really?
Yeah, but they were like when the dog's like go. It was like go home. People were like, come on.
Yeah.
People said that in the theater. Like
yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
That was my sentiment too.
Yeah.
So overall, what do you rate this movie?
I'm gonna keep going with a bullshit B because I need numbers. So I'll give you a B.
All right, give your numbers then.
Nah, it's too late.
A B still?
Yeah.
You give it a B?
Yeah.
All right. I'll give it a D. It was worse than the first one. The first one was a C at best.
I give the first one a B.
So, I don't know. All right. Don't Breathe 2. You think there's going to be a third one?
I hope not.